How we doing, baseball fans? Welcome to tonight's stream. We are here to catch the end of this game. Will we maybe get to extra innings? We'll have to wait and see. But the Astros are looking to clinch a trip to the World Series, and the Yankees are down to their last two outs. How are we doing, everyone? Good evening, good evening. Ryan Presley is on the mound. It's the bottom of the ninth. One out. Harrison Bader is up. He homered earlier in this game. The Yankees are down to their last two outs. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome on in. We're just going live right now. Gonna start paying attention here to the end of this game. Let's see if the Yankees can maybe force extra innings. Can we maybe see a walk-off? And there's a ground ball to first. Harrison Bader is out. Yuli Gurriel with a nice little play, beating Bader to the bag, and the Yankees are down to their last out. The Astros are one out away from a trip to the World Series with the Philadelphia Phillies, who advanced earlier today off the Bryce Harper home run. My goodness. How are we doing, everyone? Seeing a lot of familiar faces so far here. Toby, how you doing? Tristan, what's going on? Carter, Brian, hello. Jordan, what's going on, my friend? Typical Ace, hello. Simon, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Just waiting for some people to trickle on in. And my goodness, we got quite a moment here. Aaron Judge is up. The man that hit 62 home runs on the year. Can he come through? He's their last chance. Look at that slash line here. Hit 311, 62 home runs. The Yankees' last chance. Ryan Presley on the mound, an 0-1 count. What you see on my screen might be a little ahead of what I'm seeing on my TV. Oh, nice little sinker right there. Or was that a changeup? That might have been a changeup, actually. Nice pitch on the outside corner, and the Yankees are down to their last strike. The Astros are one strike away. My goodness. My goodness. 0-2 count, bottom of the ninth. Ryan Presley sets up. There's a fastball on the outside. Fastball on the outside. My goodness, how this Yankee season has just come tumbling down. Goodness gracious. This Yankee team was so good in the first half of the season, and then all of a sudden the second half happened. They found their way towards the end of the season. Here we go. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball back to Presley. Weakly hit. Flips the first. And the Astros are going to the World Series for the second year in a row. The Houston Astros sweep their way to the 2022 World Series, easily dispatching the New York Yankees. My goodness. Hate on the Astros all you want, but like I've been saying all year, they don't care. They're on a mission this year, man. This Astros team, they're looking filthy good. Philly has been fun to watch, but I don't know, man. I think this Astros team, I don't know. I'm not going to give, what does it matter if I give my official prediction? It's probably going to become wrong anyway. Maybe everyone wants me to pick the Astros. My predictions are just the kiss of death, honestly. So if I pick the Astros, well, the Phillies are probably going to win. But honestly, if I were ever to make a prediction that I feel very good about, the Astros are looking really good. You know, when you got, like the Padres, they had some deeper pitching, in my opinion, against the Phillies, but the Phillies just had two top dogs in Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler. The Astros are definitely deeper than the Phillies, but they also got some top dogs that they can turn to as well. Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez, Christian Javier looked amazing yesterday. That Yankee fan looked abysmal. Did anyone just see that Yankee fan in the stands? Oh, good grief. Hey, if anyone is new to the channel, obviously you can see I'm a big Red Sox fan, but I'm not one of these Red Sox fans that just hate on every single Yankee move or everything the Yankees do. I don't. Over the years, I've learned to, I wouldn't say learn, but I've learned, to really just respect the Yankees, because the Red Sox and the Yankees are always battling each other, always tough battles, always tough matchups. And to me, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, yay, the Yankees lost. It's like, I mean, why? To me, if I see a good team, I'm going to say so, even if it's the New York Yankees, our arch rival. To be honest with you, the Astros and the Red Sox, the Astros and the Yankees, that feels more like a rivalry than anything with the Red Sox and the Yankees. And the Red Sox and the Yankees were just in the wild card game last year. They were in the 2018 first round. It doesn't feel like a rivalry. The Astros and the Yankees feels like a rivalry. It feels like there's something there. With the Red Sox and the Yankees, it just feels like two organizations that are just trying to beat each other. There's no bad blood, right? Like in the early 2000s, there was just bad blood all over the place. So, but how are we doing, everyone? I'm seeing some more people trickle on in here. CRaz951, one of our members is here. Thank you for stopping by. Ben Tatum, Mason, how you doing? Simon, hello. Brian, what's going on, my friend? Hello. Everyone, thank you for stopping by. But here we are. The Astros have officially clinched their trip to the World Series. I said this last night. When I saw the Yankees just fold like that, you knew it was over. I mean, honestly, after Game 2, it really felt like it was over. Like, okay, Game 1, all right, you can always bounce back after a Game 1. But after Game 2, it really felt like it was maybe not going their way. Even like a trip back to New York didn't feel like it was going to do much, In the end, this Astros team is just way too good. When you look at everything that they do, the offense is good. The starting pitching is phenomenal. The back end of the bullpen, they got a few guys back there. Presley, Montero, Neris. These guys are just solid back there. But you know what the Astros do that I feel like it can be a little bit unnoticed? Is they are so good at taking advantage of your mistakes. Look at how many mistakes the Yankees made in this series. My goodness. There were mistakes all over the place. And the Astros, every single time, were able to capitalize on a mistake. I mean, they happened tonight with Gleyber Torres. Happened tonight. We had the Jeremy Pena home run. And, I'm just saying. It's like, what can you do? You can't give this Astros team an inch, right? If we're to go back to that third inning there, right? You had the walk. You had the couple of walks there, right? And then bam, Pena just goes deep. He has been awesome. Jeremy Pena, I remember when Carlos Correa was a free agent. I'm thinking, why would the Astros want to bring back Correa? Jeremy Pena was really good. I feel like he was going a little unnoticed just because you had all these other, top prospects that were getting more attention. To me, Jeremy Pena, I'm like, this guy's got a really good glove. The bat was getting better in the minor leagues. Just kind of wait for the bat to come along a little bit. But you could wait for it because you had other bats. And his glove was just so good. And Pena has been just a really good all-around player this year. I mean, man, what else is there to say? I mean, I think we all know really everything. There's really nothing to talk about, honestly. It's just this team is so good. This Yankees team, though, there's a lot of question marks once again going into this postseason. I think the Yankees, the direction they have been going for the last 5 years now, it's not working. It's not working. And I don't know how many times you got to make it to the postseason and lose to figure this out. Aaron Boone is not the guy. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. I've been saying this since last offseason. They're not going to fire him, though. I'd be shocked if they fired him. They're not going to. Aaron Boone is not the guy. However, it's not just Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone, he is listening to the front office. The whole organization is working together. I don't think he's the guy. You had a chance last offseason to, maybe go spend some money on someone like a Carlos Correa. You had, prospects to deal for a guy like a Luis Castillo at the deadline. But you didn't want to do it. Why? Why did you not want to go after Luis Castillo at the deadline? The Mariners definitely gave a good package, but the Yankees, they could have done something there, And you ended up getting Montas, but when they got Frankie Montas, it felt like it was just like the next best option. Luis Castillo was the prize of the deadline. Well, besides Soto, he was the pitching prize. You didn't get Castillo. Why? Cashman, when they got Donaldson and Kiner Falefa, I thought it was great that they finally got rid of Gary Sanchez, but look how long it took them to get rid of Gary Sanchez. It was forever. And it was clearly not the guy. And, the guys over at John Boy, I respect what they do, but those guys, they were just like so obsessed with Gary Sanchez. And I'm like thinking, why? Why do you want this guy? Nothing personal, but why? The guy was home run or die. He couldn't catch. I'm just like, but it took you that long to get rid of him. Now, Urshela, I was, I could see as a Yankee fan, that was a tough one to swallow. But you got a veteran guy in Donaldson, and you got a Kiner Falefa who, could play some defense. Kiner Falefa, he made his fair share of errors this year, but he did also save a lot of runs defensively, so I feel like Kiner Falefa evened out. With Donaldson, though, wow, that bat was just really bad this year. It showed in the postseason. There was just no spark from Aaron Boone. None. And once again, I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to, you can, if you are just coming in, trickling into the chat, I'm a Red Sox fan. I'm not going to sit here and bash the Yankees because I'm a Red Sox fan. I respect the Yankees. So, while my doofus self is sitting on the sidelines after my Red Sox were just awful this year, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, all right, hey, these are our arch rivals here. But we also got this other team in the American League, the Houston Astros. Come on, Yankees. Come on, go take it to this team. And then maybe go lose in the World Series. That's fine. But come on, take it to this Astros team. Let's go. They beat us last year. Come on. Go beat them. Let's see what you can do. Right? And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, Aaron Boone is just not the guy. It's like there's never any urgency with this team. There's never a spark. There's never anything. He's just there. Like Garrett Cole getting taken out of the game yesterday, did not feel very good about it. But of course, it's just an analytical move where they're just looking at the numbers. And of course, Cole was having a bit of a rough time, but that's your ace. Let your ace try and figure it out. That's your guy. That's the dude you're paying a whole bunch of money for. That's your top dog. Let him try and get out of that jam. And I don't know, because Boone, it always feels like he's like walking on eggshells almost. You need a guy in there that is just going to set the tone. But of course, you got this ownership group like Joe Girardi was that guy. Look how well those Yankees played for Joe Girardi. They were a hard-playing team. And, this team played hard this year, too. But, man, that was just a different team with Joe Girardi. It was. You need a guy in there that's just going to be a presence. Like Aaron Boone is not that guy. Sure, you've had your fun little moments. You had the whole, savages in the box, and you've had times like that. But it's not it anymore. And this Yankees organization, they're flat out, dumb. If you don't move on from Aaron Boone, you're just dumb. It's clear he is not the option. You need to go a different direction. This organization, I think, needs a philosophical shift. You're so hell-bent on hitting home runs left and right. Where's the contact? Where's the hit and runs? Where's the aggressiveness? Why are you just going station to station on the bases? It's like today. Look, I mean, they actually had some energy coming out in this game. They were putting together some rallies. They were really looking like a different team coming into this game. They were showing urgency. I don't know what it is with this Yankee team. They just never show it. And it's crazy to me. Like this Astros team, they're just, you know what the right word for the Houston Astros is? Efficient. They're just efficient. They're just so good. You can't make a mistake. They're just a machine, right? Because I've been saying this about the Astros. You can have the pitching not very effective. Starting pitching maybe not as great one day. Lance McCullers Jr., not very sharp today. He didn't have a great game. But look at the bullpen stepping up in the last 3 innings. The offense coming through with a big 3rd inning there. Another couple of runs in the 7th, battling back constantly. Other parts of the team pick up the other parts of the team that might not be having a good day. That's why this Astros team, they're just so good. You're just firing on all cylinders. So this Yankee team, they really got off to a hot start. If we just go take a quick review here, Stanton had the base hit there, Gleyber Torres as well. Anthony Rizzo with the double made it 3-0, but then the Jeremy Pena home run. I mean, that was just, it was huge. Just a huge shot there. And at that point, when he hit that home run, it fell over at that point. It's like, it's like nothing can go right for this Yankee team. Nothing. And, but hey, I mean, credit to the Astros. Credit to them because they just take advantage, right? Jason Johnson, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Judge leaving, Boone staying equals riot on the streets. Oh, my. I mean, it's very possible. That is very, very possible that can happen. Aaron Judge, I definitely think it's realistic that they could come to terms on a contract, but then again, I don't know. I mean, I think he wants to stay there. I don't know what he wants, but I think there's a very good chance there could be some teams lining up. I think the Mets could go really hard after him because the Mets are right now, they're in a mode where they're spending money, right? Like another team. I think a dark horse team for Aaron Judge could be the Texas Rangers. I know they've spent money on bats last offseason. I know they need pitching more than anything, but don't be surprised if they just go after a guy like that. Aaron Judge with the Texas Rangers? I don't know. I'm not gonna count it out. I think you should watch out for the Texas Rangers just in free agency in general this offseason. But the Mets, I think, definitely could be a team. The San Francisco Giants, that's a team that's motivated to get back into the division race, and they could really use a bat like an Aaron Judge. I don't think the Dodgers will do anything. The Cubs are motivated. They're looking to spend some money. I mean, I don't think it's guaranteed at all that Judge goes back to the Yankees. I think there's a chance, obviously. To me, I think the Yankees are the best fit for him. But do the Yankees want to spend the money? That's going to be a huge question. Huge question. It's really going to come down to what do the Yankees want to do? I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting with Aaron Judge. Aaron Boone, I think they need to move on from him. It just feels like this team doesn't have the right energy. They got good players. I mean, come on. When you're looking at this team, I mean, come on. You got guys here. Bader, look at the game Bader had tonight. 3 for 5. Rizzo 2 for 3. Even Torres. Torres made a couple of goofs tonight. But you had guys hitting tonight. This is their best game overall. 9 hits. And that's more hits combined than they had in the first 3 games, I believe. Let's see, game 1. Okay, they had 5 hits in game 1. Okay, 4 hits in game 3. All right, so they almost matched the amount of hits that they got tonight. Yeah, they had 12 hits in the first 3 games, and tonight they had 9. So this is their best offensive performance in this series so far. Jeremy Pena, is the American League Championship Series MVP, well-deserved Jeremy Pena. I mean, look at the series that he had. Hit 303 in this series, a 991 OPS. Guy was coming through with big-time RBIs. Hey, good for him, man. You know, I know Julio Rodriguez, he was getting all the glam this season. He was getting all the attention. Jeremy Pena is the forgotten rookie. He's the forgotten rookie. Like, to me, when he came onto the scene, everyone was like, oh, okay, wow, Jeremy Pena is playing really solid. And then all of a sudden, Julio Rodriguez came up. You had George Kirby as well. You had all these other rookies coming up all over the place. Adley Rutschman was another one. And it felt like Jeremy Pena was forgotten about. So to me, my nickname for Jeremy Pena this year has been the forgotten rookie, because everyone forgot about him. It's like he didn't have any attention. He absolutely deserves that award. He's fantastic. I think he would rather have that award instead of a Rookie of the Year, to be completely honest. So I think he would also rather have a World Series ring. He's been a big part of it, man. Big part of it. CJ LaChapelle, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Junie Rosado, how you doing? Robert Rothberg, hello. Balin, how you doing? How you doing? But yeah, we're just hanging out here, everyone. I won't be staying too long. I got to work in the morning. It's 12:30 here on the East Coast. I'm a grandpa. I'm not gonna lie. My eyes were getting a little heavy there, in this game. Even though it was a back and forth close game, the entire one. Yeah, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. But for the Astros, you gotta like what's going on with the Astros right now. For the Yankees, there's a lot of question marks with the Yankees, and I think that's another video for another day. I think this offseason, I really want to start maybe trying to do some previews for each team. I think that, or maybe go division by division. I would like to do something like that. So for the Yankees, I would like to maybe digest this a little bit more and do a separate video on a different day. But for the Astros, I mean, when you got the pitching that they have, I mean, look at what the pitching did. Verlander, Valdez, Javier, they pitched phenomenal. Lance McCullers Jr., he had something going on with the elbow. There was like something with a champagne bottle that happened, so his start got pushed back. And I think overall, even with him not doing his best, it didn't matter, because you got every other part of this team just stepping up. This starting pitching is going to be really scary in the World Series. And this bullpen looks great at the back end. The offense looks pretty good. If we're looking at the Astros and the Phillies, when you look at all aspects of these teams, let me go to the stats here. We looked at the stats earlier for the Phillies. We looked at their team rankings. So let me go to the second half here. Oh, no, I didn't do that. Here we go. Didn't do that right. Let's go. Second half. So the Phillies, they were a different team in the second half. Because remember, Rob Thompson took over after they were, 22 and 29. But the Phillies, when it came to their offense, they were 7th overall in WRC plus in the second half. Their starting pitching was really good all year. 2nd overall on the year. And the bullpens, Philly, let me actually go for the whole, instead of the whole year, we'll go to the second half. Juan Castle, how you doing, my friend? From a New York fella, what the heck went wrong with LA? I mean, what happened with all these teams? The Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees. It's like, what happened to these teams? Crazy, man. Crazy. Juan, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. But yeah, with the Dodgers, I think in the end, just the starting pitching wasn't very good for the Dodgers. I just don't think it was playoff starting pitching. There's a difference. There's a difference between regular season starting pitching and the playoffs. So for the Phillies, in the second half, they had the 4th best bullpen. Nope, sorry, I take that back. Hold on, wasn't on the right one. The Phillies had the 9th best bullpen. Now, a big part of why their bullpen was not good, because they just didn't have good defense, right? And they really shored up their defense in the postseason. They've been a lot better. But the ERA was a 5.10, and the FIP was a 3.64. So that FIP, that shows more of what the Phillies bullpen has been doing this postseason. Now, when you're looking at the Astros, now when it came to WRC+, Houston was 5th, Philly was 7th. in the second half. Starting pitching with the Astros was number 1 overall in the second half. The Phillies were number 2. And then the bullpen. Houston was 3rd. Philly was 9th. To me, I'm kind of just looking at some general numbers right now. You'd have to do a bit of a deeper dive. I'm going to be doing a World Series preview probably tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that, everyone. 185 people in the chat. So definitely tune in tomorrow night. Also, I need to edit this title really quick. I got to fix the title. Actually, while I'm fixing up the title, everyone, if you can, just do a quick smash of that like button really quick while I'm fixing up this title. If you can also, if anyone's new, think about subscribing down below. We're trying to get to 27,000 by the end of the World Series. And everyone, if you can, hit the bell notification as well. And share the stream if you can. Alrighty. I have fixed the title. Here we go. So, but with this Astros Phillies World Series, I think it's a fun World Series. You got star power all over the place, really good starting pitching. You got good arms at the back ends of the bullpens. That's been the key thing, is these bullpens. It's been starting pitching. I'm glad starting pitching has been allowed to go the distance in these playoffs. They are letting these starting pitchers do their thing, and we've been seeing for the last few years, we've been seeing just all these like bullpen kind of games, right? But these starting pitchers now, they're letting them go into the 7th inning, even to the 8th in some starts. So that's nice to see. So you've really only had to see these guys at the back ends of the bullpen. And when I'm looking at the back end of the bullpen for the Astros, when you got Presley, Montero, and Neris, and then for the Phillies, you got almost like Schwarber. Can you imagine? Why not Schwarber? Go pitch in the bullpen. You're doing everything right now. You got Dominguez, Alvarado, and Eflin back there as well, and then David Robertson too. So there's bullpens, while there's only been a few guys for each team that have been used. Brad Hand has been used a little bit too. But, these are pretty even teams. I think this is going to be a pretty close World Series. I think in the end, personally, I do want to kind of dive a little bit more into it. What do I know? My predictions are just terrible anyway. But my gut right now is clearly just saying the Astros. It's clearly just saying the Astros right now. I like the Phillies. I would love for the Phillies to give this a run, but the Astros are just looking so good. So good. It's kind of hard to pick against this Astros team. Did anyone preseason pick the Astros and the Phillies in the World Series? Probably a lot of people picked the Astros. I could see that. But honestly, you were seeing some other picks happen in the American League. Remember, the Toronto Blue Jays were a popular pick in the offseason. Some teams were picking the Yankees as well. Some people were picking the White Sox. The Astros were getting some picks, but I don't think a lot of people were picking the Phillies, to be completely honest. I think a lot of people were thinking maybe the Phillies could be a wild card team. And then when the Phillies got to the playoffs, no one was picking the Phillies at all. No one was picking the Phillies at all. So, Clouds, how you doing, my friend? American League should be renamed the Astros League. Honestly, they've been running the American League now for, feels like forever. 2017, you won the World Series. 2018, you made it to the American League Championship Series. 2019, made it to the World Series. 2020, you were 1 win away from the World Series. 2021, made it to the World Series. Come on now. We might as well just call it the Astros League. We might as well. But James Pride picking the Astros and the Phillies before the postseason. Good for you, my friend. That's a solid pick. But yeah, in the end, this game for tonight, kind of just winding it down now. There's two big things to really look at here. Obviously, with the Astros, how good they've performed. When you've looked at how good Pena's been, Alvarez coming through tonight. Altuve, that's another one. Expect Altuve. I think Altuve is going to have himself a pretty good World Series. He has been really slumping in this postseason. It hasn't really mattered all that much, but he had a couple of hits tonight. I think Altuve is going to come alive in this World Series, so look out for him. Bregman came up in big spots. I also expect Kyle Tucker to get going a little bit. He was a little quiet in this series. Yuli Gurriel was picking up the pace here. You know, you got to like what Gurriel was doing. Hit 367 in this series, but and also don't forget about Maldonado and Vasquez. Those guys, I feel like, had their moments to shine in this postseason. And, Vasquez had his moment yesterday, really came up with a big hit there, threw out Bader at second base. So this is everything on the Astros is just good. I don't know, man. And also, big storyline too, Dusty Baker. Hey, hate the Astros all you want, but everyone loves Dusty Baker. We got to get this guy a ring, honestly. I'm just saying. For the Yankees, I don't know. I think everyone in New York is just, they don't know what to think. I almost feel like there's fatigue right now among Yankee fans. It's kind of just the same thing every single year. You make it to the playoffs, you have a good team, and you're just disappointing every year. It was just there was a lot here tonight. The Yankees did show some good things, but another thing too, I want to talk about Nestor Cortez. Hey, had to leave the game for injury. Well, did they maybe leave him in a little too long? They had to have seen something. I know when you're a guy like a Nestor Cortez, if you're anyone, you're just competing out there. You don't want to come out of the game, and I think Cortez seemed like maybe something was off with him. Could you have maybe pulled him a little quicker? I think it's possible. Maybe gotten a bit of a fresh arm in there because he ended up giving the home run up to Pena there. And at that point, when Pena tied the game, it just felt like it was done. Because it's like you had your chance to really do something in this series for the first time, and then the Astros just answering back like they did. I don't know. But yeah, Cortez, they're showing it here. So I'm looking at it. Looked like was it a lower body? I can't really tell. But yeah, I would have taken him out. At that point, it's like if the guy's hurt and you're the training staff, I think you got to do something. And that's another thing. Getting back to the Yankees as an organization. Why was he not pulled sooner? And again, who this comes down to? It comes back to Aaron Boone. I feel like a good manager, if they saw something wrong, they're pulling him. They're pulling him because you have no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. You got to pull him. You're up 3-0. Your starter goes down, or you're seeing something wrong with him. You got to get rid of him. Like Nestor Cortez has had an amazing season, but there's no tomorrow. And you should have gone to the bullpen a little sooner. Unfortunately, Pena had the dagger, I think that was the dagger. I know there was a bit of a back and forth game there. Bader with the big home run in the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees, they had their chances in this one. They were battling, but this was the most fight I feel like I've seen the Yankees, even all postseason. All postseason. So, I don't know. But in the end, the Astros are moving on. And I think we're going to have a pretty fun World Series. I'm not making my pick just yet. Honestly, should I make a pick? I don't think Astros fans want me to pick their team. I don't think the Phillies fans want me to pick their team because it seems like every team I pick, they end up losing. But I don't know. There were some things here tonight could have done differently. I got to give a lot of credit to McCullers. He didn't look very sharp tonight, but he battled through 5. But the bullpen just looks so good. This bullpen looked amazing tonight for the Astros. I mean, look at the job they did. Sure, Neris gave up a run there, but Abreu, that was another one I forgot to mention. Abreu has definitely had his moments in this postseason. Montero, Presley, fantastic. Peralta, Loaisiga having some trouble. But in the end, the Astros, you just can't put them away. Bregman with the big go-ahead hit there in the seventh. Let me actually go back to that. So yeah, we had Clay Holmes. He came in after the Alvarez base hit, and in the end, it's like, what can you do? Or actually, no, sorry. Remember Pena? He got on base. There. There was the error by Torres. Remember, he tried flipping it, right? And after that, he tried flipping it for the double play. Everyone was really getting onto IKF for that, because they were saying IKF, he should have been in a better position to catch it. And, but also it was just such a bad flip from Torres. You got to blame both of them. IKF, he was trying to slide across second base where they, tried to do it because you knew you had Pena, a fast runner. So you knew you had to kind of make it a little quick. IKF came on a little too strong. And, Torres combined that with just not a great toss from Torres. It just didn't work. And then in the end, they took advantage of it. Alvarez had the base hit. Bregman had the go-ahead hit. And that was all she wrote. And the Astros, you just can't make mistakes against this team. The Phillies, again, when you're looking at the Astros and the Phillies, one thing that I mentioned with the Phillies, they were very bad defensively this year. Again, if we're looking at their rankings for all year, they were 25th in defense. Listen, I hope Philly has turned it around for good. I hope they have figured out their defense, but could this be something that comes up in the World Series when you're on the big stage? Could you start seeing the Phillies mess up a little bit? You can't mess up against this Astros team. You can't, because they take advantage of your mistakes. They will completely expose you. So this Astros team, you cannot give them an inch. And the Phillies, history has shown that they have given up inches before, right? And actually, I wish you could see how they did in the second half, but I don't know. If we take a look at runs on errors, so the Phillies, they're actually right there at the top, giving up the second most runs on errors. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is going to be a tough series with the Astros and the Phillies. You got good starting pitching all over the place, good bats on both sides. Bullpens have been stepping up. I think it's closer than people might think, but I think this Astros team, I think they're just on a mission. It has felt like that. They have just felt like a solid team all year, and you made a couple of moves at the deadline. I love the Christian Vasquez move for them. I thought that was great. Bringing in another catcher like that. You have a tandem of Maldonado and Christian Vasquez there. I mean, my goodness. What two catchers in the game that can handle a pitching staff? Like, what other two would you want? And give credit for Christian Vasquez. Hey, he just missed the World Series last year with the Red Sox, the team that he loses to last year. Now he's going to the World Series with that team. So, hey, I'm happy for Christian Vasquez, man. They're throwing champagne everywhere right now. You got to love it. Beer bottles just flowing everywhere. Man, oh, man. But in the end, I think this Astros team is going to be really tough to beat. I think the Phillies have a shot. I think they can do it because they have talent. In the end, I think it's a really fun World Series. I love this World Series. I think there's going to be runs. There's going to be good pitching. I think there's going to be some nail-biter moments. I think this could at least go 6 games. And the thing is, I feel like it could go 6, maybe 7. But then I think it could be a short series in the end. I honestly didn't think the Phillies Padres was only going to go 5. I thought it would go a little longer than that. I thought it would go at least 6. You never know what could happen. You never know. This postseason has been pretty unpredictable, honestly. Even if you pick the right teams, teams have just been kind of like the Astros sweeping the Yankees. You expected the Yankees to maybe get a win or two. I'm listening to Aaron Boone right now. He's basically just he's saying, it stings, it hurts. Said he wouldn't do it with any other guys. I don't think Boone's the guy. I don't know. I think for the Yankees now, you've had Aaron Boone. I just don't think it's worked. To get over that hump, I don't think he's the guy. I don't know. I just feel like you've been hearing just negativity about Boone. Because I feel like it's not just Boone. It's the people in the front office too. So it just feels like Boone is almost like he's almost like the messenger for the front office almost. But I don't know. There's a lot to digest here. And but what we do know is we got a big World Series coming up tomorrow. I will be live to talk some World Series. I'll be doing a preview at some point tomorrow night, so be on the lookout for that. Everyone, if you can, on your way out, hit that like button for me. If you are new, think about subscribing down below. Share any of the content if you can. Hit the bell notification. And everyone, I'm going to get out of here. I am just so tired. I am beat. It's almost 1 a.m. I got to wake up in 6 hours for work. I gotta teach the children tomorrow. But I'm going to get out of here, everyone. Please be on the lookout for tomorrow night. I will be back here tomorrow night. And, hey, Super Chats tonight. Thank you for those. I appreciate everyone stopping by. And go have yourself a good night, everyone. Go get yourself some sleep. Have a good Monday tomorrow. And I'll talk to you next time.